If I could only do one yoga pose for the rest of my life, it would probably be Malasana. Why? Because it's the most practical asana of all. Think about it. Back in the day, and even now in some Eastern cultures, people use Malasana for everything. Eating, preparing food, resting, and even going to the toilet. But in the West, modern lifestyles made us forget this natural posture. And I'm always so surprised how much my students struggle with it. So if that's you too, let me show you some tips on how to regain this pose. Let's start with a reclined Malasana, which is essentially a happy baby. And then warm up your hips with a few knee circles. Next, stretch your hamstrings. Kick your legs up into waterfall pose and alternate between pointing and flexing your feet. Then grab a strap, or honestly anything like a mat carrier or a belt works. Use it to pull your toes closer to your face, and do the same for each leg to stretch the hamstrings even more. And then finally, this is a favorite drill of mine, find a step, place your toes on it, and then sink your heels down to stretch the calves and the Achilles. Now before you go into your full Malasana, let's mobilize the knees with some squats. It might be really nice to place a block under your sit bones to see how far away from the floor you actually are. Start squatting as low as possible to warm up, and remember to keep your toes pointing outwards, not inwards. Okay, time for Malasana. If bending your knees is tough, place a pillow between your thighs to reduce the angle. If your heels don't touch the ground, use a rolled up mat for support. Once you're in the pose, push your elbows against your knees and your knees against your elbows to open the chest and straighten the back. Over time, peel the knees away and build strength until you can fully remove the block. I usually say that shapes and asanas aren't the most important thing, but Malasana is an exception, because in some parts of the world, you literally can't even use the toilet without it.